Okay, so today I want to specifically talk about small cap altcoin gems because we are Friday, March 7th. This is the big day. The White House Crypto Summit is happening today. But even though that's cause for excitement, even though there's a lot of enthusiasm, people are talking about it, it looks like we have a big variable that's been decided already. That's the fact that Trump seems to be, at the time of this recording, doing a Bitcoin reserve. And while he's not selling other cryptos, he's by law enforcement. He's also not adding those just yet to official positions. So at least tentatively, this has been decided. With that being said, we can look ahead and return to utility, as we've been predicting, and value, as is very important for this space. That's my point of view, at least. So with that in mind, we're looking at very small cap altcoin gems. All of these occupy sectors with tremendous potential, not only tremendous potential, but I would say outsized potential, just because they haven't been picked up yet for one reason or another, but the quality is there. These have to be on your radar. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie, and this is Altcoin Buzz. TGIF, happy Friday, and of course, all the best of luck if you choose to invest. Just remember, I wish you well, but I'm not a financial or investment advisor. And by extension, this video is not official financial or investment advice. The first project that may not currently be on your radar, but ought to be, represents an RWA platform, real world assets. And like in TradFi, actually, traditional finance, bigger is often better when it means more scaling and lower costs for the sector. In this case, again, RWA. And certainly platforms like Ondo and Mantra are much, much larger, but Polytrade has some great features of its own here that are undervalued right now, in my estimation. First of all, most RWA platforms say that they're going to tokenize any asset, but that is rarely actually the case. The biggest ones focused on regulated assets, so things like stocks, bonds, real estate funds. But with Polytrade, there's much more creativity. If you want, you can buy into a pool of car loans or structured credit, like this listing here, backed by US Treasury bills. Or if you prefer part of a real estate fund, like this here, Polytrade even has its own small prediction market for stuff like, will the price of BTC reach X value by Y date? Stuff like that. Polytrade calls these dibs. And Polytrade lets you list in order to sell, to buy, or to trade on that marketplace. Its secondary market is going to become a place to add or trade liquidity to your existing on-chain positions. And in listing institutional asset, it's actually way behind the big boys. But the unique offerings mean that Polytrade is carving out its own place in the market and in the industry. Let's talk about the trade token here. That's TRADE. It has had a better 2025 than some altcoins out there and small caps, but it's still down. We're looking here at the 3-month chart. It sits right now at just below 26 cents, but that is down from an all-time high of $3.03 just over a year ago. Right now, we're looking at only a $10.8 million market cap. So this really is a small project, and we have 41% of its 100 million tokens, which are in circulation, which is okay. Not outstanding, certainly, not even very good, not terrible either. We've seen better, we've seen worse. That's kind of where it lands. It's likely not small enough to cause supply overhang, though, or unlock issues, but I would check emission rates to be sure. And at a market cap right now of just under $11 million, we're talking about a bargain for this protocol right now, especially when you consider the growth prospects of the RWA crypto industry. We've been talking about that. We've been hammering on that point really for days and weeks now, if not months. So from RWA now, let's switch gears and consider artificial intelligence. And despite the fact that it's been a pretty horrendous market for most altcoins, certain AI agents have been holding up well. Although we're looking here, as you can see, they're down for the most part in the last 24 hours. But one of our favorite small cap AI agents is Sensay. Sensay talks about its agents as digital replicas. And they do this because their business and enterprise consumers care more about things like, for example, knowledge sharing between employees, sharing of common processes and procedures, new employee onboarding, new client onboarding, sales and marketing support, and also just really getting people the information they need in order to do whatever it is they need to do, whether internally to the company or externally, day or night.
In a world awash with data, having a system that can discern quality from quantity is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. Next, let's talk about how Sensay is revolutionizing the way enterprises preserve their most valuable asset, knowledge. We all know that within most organizations, big and small, 80% of the critical knowledge is held just by 10% of the people. This is especially true when it comes to executives, thought leaders, and subject matter experts. So what happens when these individuals retire, take a well-deserved holiday, or are simply unavailable? Valuable insights can vanish, leaving behind a void that can slow down progress and innovation. This is where Sensay for Enterprise comes in. Our platform now enables large organizations to capture and replicate the wisdom of their key people, ensuring that their expertise is always available online, globally, 24/7, and in any language.
So digital replicas have a lot of potential. They can do potentially a lot of things. One example here is that it could help a veteran sales manager to totally train a new employee without having to remember everything in advance before it happens. And then hypothetically, that new employee will be ready faster and sell more to customers earlier, translating into more money and a better bottom line for the company. That is what Sensay is talking about during their recent demo day that occurred last month. And a replica can also be used as a marketing tool on its own. CEO and co-founder Dan Thompson had his own DanBot that he uses as a brand representative, as well as a customer service rep to answer questions that people have about Sensay before signing up. Maybe you picked up on that, maybe you didn't, but that is in fact what's playing here in the background. So imagine you, as the face of your business, also being able to answer every question anyone has before becoming a customer without you having to be online 24/7 to do it. This is what is possible with digital replicas. This is the power that they represent, and people are starting to notice. As far as the SNSY token, it has taken a pounding, as a lot of altcoins have. In case you missed the chance to get in early, though, silver lining is that you can get SNSY at a cheaper price right now than its TGE, its token generation event, which happened almost a year ago now. We have a current price, as I record, at 13 hundredths of a cent, with a market cap of only $6.2 million. This Altcoin Buzz Spotlight video is sponsored by Loaded Lions. One of the oldest active NFT collections is bringing the utility again to its holders. We're talking about the flagship NFT collection on Chronos, that is Loaded Lions. Ever since 2021, they've been bringing the fun and value to holders in the collection, including our very own Altcoin Buzz founder, Shash Gupta. But there is much more value on the way with the Lion token, LION. The token launched on March 3rd and quickly expanded to Solana on March 6th. It's just one more way to add value to what is already a valuable collection. With the Lion token, 50% is marked for the community. That's an excellent number by any standard and really what we would expect from a community-minded project like Loaded Lions. The token allows you to stake and earn, including up to 80% in Crypto.com app's earn program. It allows you to integrate more bonuses into the main city game and even the Crypto.com Visa card. There's governance, and there's a lot more. So check out the Lion token today. Again, LION. You can buy it at Crypto.com in the app, on the Crypto.com exchange as well, VVS Finance and Radium. Check out the links in the description of this video for more information. Finally, for today, we want to consider DeFi, but specifically on Cardano. And the fact is, objectively speaking, DeFi right now is showing signs of resurgence. That is largely thanks to kind of the rotation away from memes and Trump's activity with WLFI. And Cardano's leading DEX is Minswap. At just under $100 million in TVL, you'd probably say it's small by DeFi standards, and that's true, it is. But the point is that we are talking about small caps today, and quality small caps eventually become big caps. Cardano's updates that increase decentralization and midnight for privacy could make it a popular choice, and could also increase interoperability across chains. That is the goal, at least, and certainly Charles Hoskinson has said it many, many times. And if that happens, then Minswap will grow. Minswap's biggest markets, aside from the SNEC meme coin, are all stablecoins or synthetic assets. The biggest after SNEC is actually IUSD. That's Indigo Protocol's stablecoin tied to the price of the USD, obviously. It's collateralized, but trades in light volumes. And so Minswap is a bet that adoption across Cardano is going to increase. And if it does, then, just logically, it's hard to see how Minswap doesn't also grow as well. Now, of the three tokens that we've talked about in today's video, Minswap's MIN token, that's MIN, has the highest market value. And it's actually held up relatively, well, so far in 2025, you could say. It's down a little bit less than 40% so far in the year, which doesn't sound great. But again, it's a relative mark of success, I suppose. So we're sitting right now at 3.1 cents, and it actually starts to look a little bit better for MIN, MIN, if we look at just the last 30 days here, where it's up a handful of percentage points. Nothing to write home about, but perhaps somewhat significant given the market conditions, right? So we have a market cap right now, as I record, just below $43 million. Of course, Cardano has ultra ambitious goals for adoption and integration with other chains. And so the logic goes that if it hits these goals, Cardano as a project, then of course its leading DEX is going to grow commensurately into the hundreds of millions, or maybe become $1 billion+ project.